Hola. It's Avery Beth Thompson coming to you live from Morocco to talk about your emotional type in the Dreaming Out Loud technique. Hello everyone, how are you? It's a lovely sunset here in Marrakesh. You can see from my balcony the beautiful city. It's so wonderful, it makes me incredibly happy. So I'm going to talk to you about sunsets. Okay, so folks have been emailing me about their emotional chords and doing the homework, and I'm so excited. So, hi Hillary, how are you? Look, Hillary joined me because Hillary is my friend. I miss her. So I got some great questions today. I got one that was really interesting in email about I keep signing with people and they don't know what to do with me. They say they don't know what to do with my looks. Which is really great. The other question that I got was which class should I buy? The 12 step? Is there enough information about the emotional chords? So first of all, to get a sense of the Dream Unlocked, you should definitely go to the website, thedreamunlocked.com. And you can sign up for any of our free classes, finish your damn script, how to write a solo show, what's your emotional chords, how to start your own business. There's all kinds of stuff under the Dreaming Out Loud technique. And if you click on any of the links that say sign up, it'll give you an option of things to sign up for. So before you buy anything from us, you should take some of the free classes. And there's tons of them. Tons. So that's first off. When you go to thedreamunlocked.com, the first thing you do at the top is sign up. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see these little bars that say navigation, and you can click on shop and see all of our classes. We have the 12-step finish your damn script, 12-step how to write your own solo show, 12-step how to be a working TV actor. And in that class, you get a whole section on emotional chords that I'm going to talk about today. And the title of today's class is, What's Your Emotional Type and How Can It Make You a Booking Machine? Right? Because the question that I keep getting, and Pamela gave me this question, Sheetal gave me this question, Internet gave me this question, how do you get seen for more stuff? How do you even get into the room? And then how do you convince people to take a shot on you if the breakdown isn't exactly how you look? And this is where the emotional chords come in, and they're ideal. So the emotional chords, what is that? I like to think of it as your soul's song. Like, what were you really put here to do? What life lessons are you a particular expert at, right? Because those life lessons, once you identify them, you can approach any character from your soul song, right? The way you look is going to change your entire life. It's going to change, well, if you're a black woman, you're going to stay the same. You're going to be like 89 and still playing 30-year-olds. And going, but I can do more than this, right? So the outside is not a clear indicator of what you can play, especially now that everybody has Botox. Shoot, I'm about to get some Botox. Everybody got Botox. But I'm kind of like with Tina Turner. When things start to fall, I'm just going to go and have them move back to where they originally were. That's my thinking around plastic surgery. So there you go. So nothing's falling too badly yet, so I haven't planned on moving it. But if you can then like freeze time and look the same, then should you still be cast based on how you look? You should be cast on what your soul knows, right? Because here's the thing about your soul song. It's not just, oh, I'm 35 now, so I know what it is to be a mom. It's far more specific than that. Your soul song are the fractures on your soul that you are healing. And they make you unique in the way that you approach a character, if you're looking at characters from that unique, complicated way, right? In the last video, I talked about going in trying to book, okay? When you go in trying to book, you are not working from the deepest places in your soul. As a result, at the end of the audition, you're working from the shallow places. What do they want? And let me look at that breakdown. And breakdowns are stereotypes for the most part. They aren't real complicated people. They are paying you to come in and fill in the complicated layers of this character and take the writer's intent and make that into something real and deep and unique, right? Because people who win Oscars don't win Oscars for playing stereotypes. They don't, okay? And particularly in pilot season, when nobody has a real vision of what, hi Cynthia! When people don't have a real vision of what this new show is going to be yet, they are counting on your performance to inform the character and the storyline and the character's arc, right? I remember talking to Freddie Rodriguez, who plays the lawyer on Bull. I just did a guest star on there, and talking to him about his work on 6 Feet Under. And it was really fascinating because I was like, you know, the work that the couple that you played was so complicated and deep. I'd never seen a portrayal of a Latino young couple like that before. I mean, they're the most normal people and the most interesting on the show. And I said, how did that happen? And he said, well, the 2 actors playing it, they came in and they said, the writers said, so listen, we want your input. Tell us about who these people are. And he's like, and I started telling them about the soul of, you know, my marriage, right? As a young Puerto Rican who grew up in New York, who's now an actor. And all the complicated things that come with his past, you know, his mother's hopes, wishes, and dreams for him, his personal fears, you know, what it takes to move in a world that's so completely white, but your worldview is Latino and New York and the good boy that's done well and is pulling the family up, and all of the, you know, the lessons he learned from his fathers, those fractures in the soul of those patriarchal relationships that are passed down, and how he has to make sense of them in this new reality that he's in. It's a unique story, right? It's his soul song. So when you see the work on that show and that couple, and you're like, they're so unique, I feel so moved by them, and I've never seen that before. You've never seen that before because that character came from his soul. It came from his own personal story that he's profoundly in touch with. His approach to solving problems are not stereotypical. They're going to be unique because they come from his soul story, right? And that's what the emotional chords are about. So when you see an audition or you see a performance, you're like, they just left blood on the floor. It's because they rolled in with their soul song. They didn't roll in with, what do you think they want? Right? After I see an audition, if I don't know something deep or profound about your soul, it means you were going in there to book and you weren't acting from your deepest emotional chords. Okay? The performances that we remember are the performances where people are operating from their emotional chords. Right? The auditions that turn into jobs, and when I say an audition turns into a job, it may not be this one audition. This one audition you went in and people are like, wow, that was amazing. But the leading guy that you play opposite is 5 inches shorter than you, so you're not gonna book it, okay? But you left an impression because you were amazing. You weren't the backup, right? Oftentimes I've gone into an audition and people have said that was really amazing and then I didn't get it, and I've seen that director later and they're like, you were great, but you gave us more required, and so we're like, we're gonna save her for something bigger. That's a good thing, unless you want to play brown girl number 6 for the rest of your career, or if you want to play the black girl, the white girl's best friend. What is that? If you want a career doing that, then turn off this video now. But if you are going for the roles that show fully who you are as a human being, where you get to be a complete acrobat of the human condition, where you have a unique story about what loss means to you, and that's how you approach the character. When you have a unique story about what injustice against children means and how that triggers you, right? We have this phrase in pop culture now, being triggered. Well, different things trigger different people for different reasons, right? Whatever is triggering you comes from part of your story. And that story is your ancestral memory. What is the recurring story of the women in your family? If you don't know that, that's work you need to start doing. And that's what the emotional cords are about. It's about investigating all of the stories that made you who you are right now, the things that move your soul, the things that you are uniquely qualified to play, that nobody else is going to play that way. No one. No one. Because you bring something profoundly human to the role. And so for the next few Sundays in December, I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about these emotional cords. And if you signed up for the Dreaming Out Loud technique, you should have done the exercises by now. So if you haven't done the exercises, and I know you haven't done the exercises because the exercises have a workbook attached. It's completely free. You fill out the workbook, you send me your homework. By the time we get to the third one, if I have all of your workbooks, and it should be about 6 different workbooks, you should be ready to have a conversation with me and take a class for free. Now, I only have a couple people who've done that so far. I have a ton of people who've given me one worksheet or this worksheet. And it's like, I'm giving you all this stuff for free that come January 5th, I'm charging you $1,000 for. So you could be learning the emotional cords right now for free. Or you can wait until January 5th and pay me $1,000 and I'll teach it to you then. Choice is yours. But this stuff is gold. It's gold. It will change how you approach your career. In the last video, I talked about Angela Lewis, who's now a series regular on Snowfall, Charisse Booth, who is currently starring in Fabulation off Broadway at the Signature Theater in New York, who, if you go to her Instagram page and you look at her pictures, there is a clear trajectory, there's a clear understanding of who she is, what her emotional type is. In her headshots, in her Instagram post, she is talking about what she believes in, what drives her as an artist, what drives her as a human being. She is clearly reflecting her emotional cords in her presentation and her branding. And the result is she's booking amazing, complicated roles that are often given to women much older than her. Right? That's magic. That's the power that you have. You're not going into the audition to give them what they want in the breakdown. You're going into the audition to inform them that this is the journey of a human being. And I understand it this way, and nobody else is going to understand it this way. Let me share this with you. And let me leave some blood on the floor and leave you a little wiser and a more compassionate human being, because I've shared a piece of my soul with you. That's the gift that people want to see. You want to be the actor. They go, oh my gosh, we call her in. I can't wait to see her audition. You want to be the actor that when you're done, people are speechless because they're moved, because they learned something, because they shared something with you, because they saw a bit of the broken places in your soul, and they felt compassion and empathy and understanding and closeness. The thing that is completely missing in our culture right now. Compassion, empathy, walking in someone else's shoes. And what's required to create that exchange in the audition room is you understanding the vulnerable places and the fractures on your soul. And understanding how you're going about healing those things in this lifetime. How you were weaving that pain into light. That's what we go to the theater for. That's why we go and see movies like Mandela. To understand, how did this person come through this personal storm? How did they come through the flames? And who were they on the other side? Because they bring a unique story to the human condition. If you haven't done that, what are you doing in auditions? What are you doing when you get parts? Playing a type? Are you playing the story of how you understand the human condition? Because if you're not, well, that's why nobody calls you in for auditions enough. 2, that's why agents say to you, I don't know how to sell you, because you're just looking at the outside of you, right? And they're like, there's nobody that looks like you. Well, that's not why you became an artist. You become an artist because you look like somebody else. That's some dumb shit. You became an artist because you have a story to tell. You became an artist because you understand the human condition and you feel people's pain, you feel lack, you feel the fear of our culture, and you actually have something to say about that that's compassionate. That's why you became an artist. You became an artist to tell stories about human beings. You became an artist to give a voice to people who have no voice. And now more people of color are working in the industry than ever before, winning Emmys for writing and acting and what? Marcus Gardley, who has been writing, he is the contemporary Shakespeare of our time. And he has been writing that way since I'm sure he was 12. And, you know, his show is just off Broadway. And now he has a movie deal. Long overdue. Long overdue. We are hungry for artists who write from their soul song. So if that's not where you're approaching the audition, that's the problem. You're not doing everything within your power, right, to be prepared and offer up your gift. You are counting on somebody else to give you the recipe to your soul. That makes no sense, right? That's what makes the audition a slave auction. Please buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me. Please, please, please buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me. But you're not showing me what you have to offer that is going to make this story fantastic. That's what slavery is all about, taking something from somebody that they didn't offer to begin with. Now, collaboration is about, I'm an artist. This is a story that I understand is being told here. And this is one example of how I understand it to be told based on my soul song. I'm going to give you that because you've handed me this story, this script, these sides. It's lovely, and I can add to that. I can make it richer. I can make the work sing. But you can't make the work sing if you don't know your soul song. So your homework this week, first of all, is to go to thedreamunlocked.com and to sign up for the Dreaming Out Loud technique. Okay? The Dream Unlocked, all one word. The link is here. You are going to do Masterclass 1, 2, and 3. Right? It's a 30-minute video broken up into 3 parts. Okay? There are workbooks that you can download and fill out. After you have watched the video, you download the workbook, you fill it out, or I would actually download the workbook under each video first, and as I'm watching the video, fill in the workbook. Okay? Do the morning pages, answer the questions, make the lists. Okay? And then there's a link under each video where you can send me your workbook. All right? So you're gonna do, you can break this up into, do one a week. It's a 30-minute video, and it's 10 minutes each. I mean, I'd do it all in one sitting. Right? And then send me all of your workbooks, okay, and your questions. I promise you, by the end of those 3 mini courses, right, and those 6 workbooks, which are simple, you can do it in 20 minutes, you will understand so much more about your soul's song. And that's the first step in the Dreaming Out Loud technique, is to understand what your soul is longing for and you haven't been listening. Your purpose. Hi, Kat. Kat, solo show performer extraordinaire. Right? If you do these 3 mini courses and you do all of the workbooks, I will understand something about your soul. You will. At the end of this mini course, and you send me those workbooks, we are going to have a conversation. I'm going to have a class with whoever sends me the most detailed work. We're gonna do a one-on-one. It's gonna be recorded and it will be televised on Facebook. It will be on my blog. But you gotta do the work. This is your chance. Because January 5th, this class will be $1,000. Sorry, there it is. Once you understand your soul song and you understand it in the format that these workbooks sort of outline for you, then you can move to the next step, right? Because every person has 4 major emotional chords. 4. Okay? 4. Right? One of my emotional chords is the master teacher who lives to see the bright light in others that she can't find in herself. Right? When you approach an audition as that's your chord, you're going to have a completely different take on it. Completely. You're going to turn on the TV and watch your favorite show tonight. Pick a favorite show. I am absolutely loving Black Earth Rising right now on Netflix. I think it's genius. Watch episode 1 and tell me what the main character, Michaela Cole, tell me what one of her emotional chords are. Where does she approach each character from? What is the assumption about her life, her ability to heal? What does she believe to be true about herself? When you can answer that question, you've taken the first step towards understanding emotional chords. The writing is fantastic in this show. I gave it as an example, and the stakes are high. That's why it's a great example. It's very clear. So that's your assignment. You're going to do the mini course, and you're going to watch Black Earth Rising. And once you start, you won't be able to stop. Okay? I will be back here next Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is sunset my time, which makes it so lovely. And I will be responding to the workbooks you sent me and the questions, okay? So the link, hi Stacy, Stacy did How to Double Your Auditions class a couple of years ago. He is the master, and I have to credit Stacy with giving me this language about I'm listening to your soul song, because I'm talking about my technique, and he was like, wow, I hear your soul song, and I was like, oh my God, that's so beautiful, I'm going to use that. That's the language I've been looking for. So thank you, Stacy. So again, you're going to thedreamunlocked.com. You are going to sign up for the Dreaming Out Loud technique, or you can click on Actors. Soon as you get that, right, check your email. You will be sent to the first mini course when you do that. All right, you ready? The Dreaming Out Loud technique. You ready? So when I get off of here, I'm going to to dinner. I'm going out to dinner. Because you can do that in America. You can go out to dinner every night. Have a glass of wine. It's so great. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to have my dinner. And then when I'm done eating, I'm going to sit at my cafe and I'm going to look at my phone and see who signed up. And then I'm going to go to my website. And I'm going to see who went to that page. Because I can see all those stats from my phone. Because I run my business from my phone. Okay. So I'll know who's doing the work. And I'll be looking with great enthusiasm at my inbox to see your workbooks. Okay? And Stacey, you could do this too. Because, you did the emotional chords, but now we got a whole nother level. So get in there. Take advantage of this now while it's free. Because it won't be in the new year. Because in the new year, it's about serious folks who's trying to buy a strategy package with me after they've done their emotional chords to lay out a strategy to get signed and start making a living as an actor. All right? I keep getting these questions about private coaching. I can't do work with you that's life-changing until you've done the basic work yourself and have an understanding of what needs to be done. That's your exploration. That's your journey. Right? The industry isn't looking to give you something. The industry is looking to see what you have to give. So I leave you with that. And I will see you next Sunday. If you have questions, please post them in the comments. Once you sign up at thedreamunlocked.com, all one word, The Dream Unlocked, UNLOCKED.com. Once you sign up, you'll start getting emails from me, and you can respond with any questions you want through those emails. I had a bunch of really amazing questions this morning. Thank you, Melanie. So, I'll see you guys next week. Any questions before I go? I think that there's a way for me to go in here and look at this. Okay. All right, this video will be available for 24 hours. So watch it from the beginning. This will be gone tomorrow. Okay. Bye, everybody.